What's good, y'all? What's up, everybody? Phage, Lambda, yay. 360 Alchemist, School of Enlightenment and Darkness, where you are the teacher, student, club, brother, where the books are free, because ain't no BO babies over the brothers. They say twins, say twins, say twins. From this G, oh yeah, I got this right after. Dang, I got this right after I got over here. Come on. Uh, so, here, take some water. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. Come on. Where we at with it? All right. Anyways, what I just say? From this junk theorized that since the patient knew nothing of the myth, that the images must have come from the shared human heritage of ancient residues buried deep in our unconscious, what he called the collective unconscious. Jung believed his method could correctly diagnose psychological symptoms from fantasies interpreted in line with mythical images. At the same time, he was treating his NIS patient. He diagnosed an American woman as a schizophrenic by the same method. He had her admitted into a nut house, but she was released within a week with no symptoms of schizophrenia. Jung had made a mistake. Um, what am I talking about right now? Well, ain't it funny, G? Take psychology, for instance. About 1906, the Swiss psychologist, I just was talking about the solar code's connection to what? The masculine supremacy and a male supremacy code. And it says right here, take psychology, for instance. About 1906, the Swiss psychologist guru Carl Jung claimed that one of his schizophrenic patients saw a penis hanging from the sun. And that shit sound crazy. Somebody crazy. I had a vision. It was hanging from the sun. You, oh yeah, you crazy. And that it moved to produce the wind. Jung was confused as to the meaning of this odd mental picture, but interested in mythology, he discovered a pre-Christian Mithriatic religious reference about the wind originating from a tube hanging from the center of the sun. So what are we saying? That your visions and your dreams might have deeper mythological aspects to it on a deeper level. Because when we start looking at the science, I said when we start looking at the science, home babies on brother on the brother's twin, he said it came from the sun. I mean, if we start looking, man, we go right to the shadows. Oh, well, that's not the right word. We go right to the shadows on bro now. The solar code represents what? A code of male supremacy. And a man has a what? Upness. And this person had a vision that an equals hanging from it. A lot of your dreams and your visions and shit are deeper aspects of the mythologies of the collective consciousness. And then he said, "Oh, that crazy." Bro, no, you just crazy. Well, the solar code, with this emphasis on child as son of the father rather than of the mother, caused a major upheaval. The solar code is the cult of what? Male supremacy. This individual had a about the hanging from the sun. Was they really too far off from some shit? No, not really. The lunar solar stratum was achieved when it became known that the intervention of the male was necessary to procreation. The male is connected to the solar aspect. Let me go a little bit deeper with this. Go to Victor Schauberger's book, Living Energies. I said, let me go a little bit deeper with this. Go to page 90, Victor Schauberger, Living Energies, because he who knows one book knows none. I said, he who knows none book knows none. Bro, now. Go to this book. Guess what it say, twin? The sperm represents the sun. The earth as the egg. The sun, what comes out of the sperm? The egg. So what you mean to tell me is this individual and Carl Jung, who had this vision, take psychology, for instance, about 1906, the Swiss psychologist guru Carl Jung claimed that one of his schizophrenic patients saw a penis hanging from the sun. He saw an ick hanging from the sun, and it represented some aspects of winds. Motherfucker, that's your solar winds, your solar flares, your electromagnetic grid. The human sperm is synonymous to the sun in a way, according to Victor Schauberger. The continuous process of solar fertilization produces an outwardly pulsating expansion of horizontally propagated frutogenic experiences. And then when you go back to the Cults of the Shadows book, the solar cult is the cult of what? The cult of male supremacy of the father, because the male does what? Shit, the male got the sperm, the sun, the sperm, the earth, Mother Earth, which can be also connected to what? This vision of this crazy person that you think is crazy that said what? Take psychology. About 1906, the Swiss psychologist guru Carl Jung claimed that one of his schizophrenic patients saw a penis from the sun and that it moved to produce the wind. It hanging from the sun. Now, Carl Jung also gave us what? The term what? What term did he give us? In 360 pack number 7, we talk about it. Synchronicity. Get your shit together. The universe reveals itself through synchronicity, which represents alignment, which represents connectivity. Now, if I wanted to go even further with this on Babies on Brother on the Brothers, they say, twin. If I wanted to go even further with this, because synchronicity, we just had an alignment. I just connected the Cults of the Shadows, Kenneth Grant's book, with Victor Schauberger's Living Energy books, with the Isis Thesis by Judy K. King. Cross-reference 3 books. That's a connection. That's a synchronicity. That's alignment. The sun is this. The sun is this. The sun is this. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Bro, now. Then I would slide on. You'd be like, well, why is this happening? Bro, now. Because, twin, it represents that song like Mary J. Blige used to sing to y'all. Bro, now. Real love. Dun, 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 I'm talking about that. Bro, now, that's that real love. You feel me? What you really love, you know that love transcends all experiences. It's not up to you to love. Up to you to love because you don't make that decision. Love makes what decisions for you and you follow it without realizing it. Based on the information we provide, love, if you decide to come and settle in your heart, you make the decision to make it feel like it's home and to stay forever, or to make it life miserable, that you have no other choice than to leave. If you seek to settle the score, you'll come to find that real love don't live here anymore. Real love is based on what? Maintaining true connectedness. It's all about connections. You're just making the connections. So when we start making the connection with all these different documents, the solar cult, the masculine supremacy aspect, a scientist thousands of years later saying that the human sperm is synonymous with the sun, which is synonymous with the earth, which is some aspect of a connection. You throw in a couple crazy people visions. Bro, they looking at the sun, they see it hanging around the sun. You're seeing connection, and your connection is your real love. That's your synchronicities. That's your alignment on the web. And then you throw in my 360 pack number 7, where I talked about this back in July, the synchronicities, or back in August. And yeah, the universe reveals itself, where I told you the OB link is about connection. And once you have your connectivity and you find all these connections within the knowledge, this is your representation that you are on alignment. But it's crazy because your first systems, look at the bottom right there, is based on what? Ursa Major, those 7-star systems. In order for us to categorize those 7-star systems, Ursa Major, as an impact of something that's important, what do we need to do? Hey, say, twin, what do we need to do? If your first sciences was based on the 7-star system and all of these deeper aspects, when you look in the stars, what did you need to find that very first science? You needed connection, constellations, connections. That's why the first funerary cults, the 7 stars, were known to Egyptians as the imperishable stars. What's the 7 stars? Right here, Ursa Major, the Big Dip, Nuit. The imperishable stars. So called because they do not set but revolve counterclockwise. Revolving counterclockwise with the node of 360 during the whole of the night. That's why your circles and your cycles are so important to the aspect of our life. We're going through the cycles of life. You just don't know it. That's why your hate, your love fade. Me and Babe was just talking about specific even the food you have a taste for be on a cipher and a cycle. Things you've done and experienced, you be ready to do it. You're going through your ciphers, your cycles, your 360s, your clockwise and your counter. The star goes counterclockwise. Ain't this beautiful? The earliest funerary cults, the first and the third dynasties of the Egyptians, was a stellar cult where the dead would rise to the sky and become a scar. And that was based on what? The 7-star system, which is based on that connection. Because how do you get a constellation? Through what? The perspectives of connection. So real love is what? Connection. And we just connected that to what? Dr. Blend's book. So here we go again. We just connected Dr. Blend's Functionary book with Kenneth Grant Coates of the Shadows book, with Victor Schauberger's Living Energies book, with Judy K. King's The Road of the Isis Thesis, Road of Orion. Why are we being able to do this? Because that's the connection of real love. Everything has to connect. There has to be an aspect of divine connection. That's your constellation. That's your 7-star system. That's your big dip. Good. That's your Ursa Major. Bro, now that's your Typhon set. That's your funerary cult. That's your life after death. So when you start finding connections within your realm, you start to find the synchronicities within your realm. You start to find alignment. You start to find your alignment within the cosmic web. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, now. So anyways, to go back into this, so what's the point? Am I here to demonize the sun? Absolutely not. The solar code is very important because they hold a very important science that I believe is connected to what? Phage lambda. And phage lambda was sparked by Judy K. King, sparked by Brother Panic, sparked by Bobby Hemmett. We all heard about this before. These are these bacteriophages that exist within you that are pyramid shaped, isohedral shaped, rainbow colors, 6 different metals, got a tie on. You know what I'm saying? Got a good job and shit. Bro, damn near set this up. Got a good job and shit. He tall, handsome. Bro, but anyways, you should like him. Bro, you like him. Anyways, on some real shit though, bro, really represent an aspect of something that outnumbers the human cells in your body. It's pyramid shaped, and it represents some perspective. It transfers genetics from bacteria, and it looks exactly. I've been doing this study, and I've been studying hard, and it's kind of looking like these pyramids are as above, so below. Don't only reflect just the cosmos; they reflect the quantum realm within. Because these pyramids are starting to look like these bacteriophages. Like the shaft of the pyramids. This part right here, how bacteriophages connect through the tail, is exactly how this looks. And this represents some aspect of genetic transfer. But it's funny that the pyramids are aligned with the stars. And the stars can represent a bacteriophage as well. So you have this as above, these mirroring aspects. This shit is reflected within us. We got more pyramids within us than the pyramids you see outside of self. Bro, and that's a fact. You go look up the science, go look it up, go find out bacteriophages. Yes. Bro, yes. You can't see none of this shit, but believe nothing that you see it, half what you hear. Good. You keep looking for this truth with your physical eye. But the problem is you keep looking for the truth, and the truth is there is no truth. That's energy. Energy is just energy. It's always just moving and manipulating and changing. You happy today, we sad today, you won't be tomorrow. See, truth always changes. But anyways, on a deeper level, bacteriophages are a deeper perspective. Do y'all see this? YouTube was good, twin. Bacteriophage is a representation of the deeper quantum realms within you and the deeper aspects of yourself that exist. So when you start to understand these perspectives that you are aligned with this universe on a deeper level, you can start to really tap in. And the pharaohs and all of these ancient scientists and ancient knowledge niggas knew this shit on Bronell. They knew about these bacteriophage and phage lambdas and the horizontal gene transfer, and that these metals can create these magnetic fields in life after death, and you can immortalize yourself type shit. Oh yeah, a crazy science. Ask yourself, why are you learning this today? Because their science was based on the aspect of north and west, and that's where we at. We in the northwest, we in the northwestern hemisphere, where the sun sets. They knew that the path of this shit was somewhere where the sun sets, and you live where the sun sets in the Western Hemisphere. This is the science that's been passed to you. Bro, now, y'all setting where y'all sit for a reason. That's why y'all into these crystals. And do you understand that the earliest, I was just reading in this book right here, Mysteries of the Ancient World, that the earliest the earliest settlers used to go to get the volcano obsidian and pass it in the markets. This was like your first mirrors, your first everything. So a lot of y'all like obsidian and amethyst, and this is an activism. To tap this energy will be to tap that ancient civilization. That's why y'all like these rocks and crystals. It opens your channel up. You get the visions now. Now you tap it into the science of the shit they used to do. Obsidian, that's dried lava. Come on, man. You tapped in, twin. So reading these ancient texts and these ancient books and comprehending it and having the deeper knowledge and deeper science is also going to serve as some activation, as an activism for you to connect to your ancestral ties, your energies, these things that happened before, these things that happen that's going to happen later, all that. And then to think things that ain't never think, you thinking about the future. You trying to tie all this shit together because time and space is just an illusion. Oh, bro, no, this shit is not real. This little square ass room we sitting in, this shit is fake. Oh, bro, that's the illusion. We just see the square. Oh, bro, no. This shit is not real, twin. This is a dream. It's an illusion. So look at them bacteriophages all around the bacteria. This is all within you. Deal with it. Oh, bro, no. It outnumbers your human cells. You have more of these inside of you than you have of human cells. Whatever that means to you, let it start meaning something. Oh, bro, I don't know what that's going to mean to you, twin, but I mean, that's what we have inside of us. All right. Oh, bro, no. Bacteriophages are known as phages, are viruses that infect bacteria and are commonly found in the human body. Humans contain more phages than human cells. Wow. They can be found in the skin, the oral cavity, the lungs, the gut, and the urinary faction. Phages are a critical part of the human microbiome and mediate genetic exchange between bacteria. They can attack bacteria. Phages attack the bacteria cells with their tails and inject their genetic material. That's fucking on pronil. That's inject their genetic materials and then turn around to when they got pyramid heads. The pyramids align with the suns and the stars and shit. All stars are what? Suns. And the human sperm is connected to what? The sun, according to what? Victor Schauberger's book. Cosmic fertilization in the sign of the cross. Man, I can't take this shit no more. Cosmic fertilization. Good. As above, so below. Oh, bro, there. Who on the top and who on the bottom? Or get your shit together. This is a big uck. Look at this. The sun is fucking the earth. Then you go over to the Kenneth Grant, and then you realize the solar code is connected to what? The son of the father, the masculine perspective. Then you got these boats of Ra, these solar codes, these boats of Ra. All of this shit is, bro, you have a deep ass science with multiple facets and layers. And it's up to you. Oh, bro, now. Shit, what this shit gonna mean to you on base? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to comprehend this for you. Can't nobody really take this from you and be like, oh no, it's this, but it's this. No, you're gonna have to go ahead and get in and do that work, twin. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We got so much information right now. It's taking me a chance to do this. Look. Certainly there are, man, I can't believe they said this. And then you go into the Isis thesis, this book right here says, take psychology for existence. About 1906, the Swiss psychologist Guru Carl Jung claimed that one of his schizophrenic patients saw a penis hanging from the sun and that it moved to produce the wind. Jung was confused to as the meaning of this odd mental picture, but interested in mythology, he rediscovered a pre-Christian, yes, things observed before that, Mithriac religious reference about the wind originating from a tube hanging from the center of the sun. From this, Jung theorized that since the patient knew nothing of this myth, that this image must have come from the shared human heritage of ancient residues buried deep in our unconscious, what we call the collective unconsciousness. Jung believed his methods could correctly diagnose physiological symptoms from fantasies interrupted in line with mythical images. At the same time, he was treating his patient. He diagnosed an American woman that's offended by the same method, had her admitted to an house, but she was released within a month with no synchronicity. Jung had made a mistake. Certainly, there are mythical images of the hallucinations of the insane, but is this the cause for incarceration? What if Jung had explained to his patient that his hallucination represented a solar flux tube or a coronal mass ejection of plasma, solar flare, which actually does produce the solar wind, solar flares? which would be no difference than what I just showed y'all in this book on bro now. A solar flare. So basically, when we excited about these solar flares, it is just letting off a mass. I mean, I don't know how else to say this shit to it. On bro now, I ain't trying to get weird in this speech. On bro now, I ain't trying to get weird, but in Victor Schauberger's book, that's completely separate from this book, he says the sperm is synonymous with the sun. And then in the ball isis thesis, they're saying that the swinging from the sun does create the winds. And this says right here, cosmic fertilization in the sign of the cross. And then in your ancient science of this document right here, all of y'all got access to this 2360 Alchemist on Cash App, your email in the Cash App notes, twins. And then it also says right here in the 360 pack, Coats of the Shadows, on bro them on the Brethrens. Well, where did we just have that book at? I guess I just accidentally took it off. In the book Coats of the Shadows, we had just read that the solar coat is a representation of what? A representation of masculine supremacy. The monuments were erected after the flourishing of the solar coats. And mind you, monuments aren't built, they're erected. The only other thing that gets erected is what? All right, then. On Ronim, that's not no play on words. Monuments aren't built, they're erected. The solar coat was already flourishing in the era in Egypt when the era of the monuments began. What's the solar coat? The solar coat is a representation of what? The masculine supremacy. The solar coat with its emphasis on the child, the son of the father, rather than the mother, calls a major people in the history of humanity. Blah, 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 male supremacy. Why is the sun being connected to the male supremacy? Because the sun represents what? The sperm, the whoop-de-whoop. And then right here in other sciences is telling you that in ancient sciences, the sun was always connected to what? The masculine perspective. All over the world. It don't matter what science you go to. What are you finding here? You finding already what I told y'all about at the beginning. You just really finding connectivity. And then we can connect that to the we can connect this to the phage lambdas and all that other shit. Real love is based on connections. Maintaining true connectedness. We just finding them connections. All right? It's really that simple. Where my brother at? Oh, bro, now. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Oh, bro, now. So these phage lambdas, and like I said, I'm reading this book right now, twin. I'm trying to bring it to nilometer. It brings up this nilometer. She retrieved a sketch. What's good with you, bro? She retrieved a sketch, and y'all, this Baba Kill, bro. Me and bro been talking about this for years, so he has a little bit, you know, he can really explain this on another level, this phage lambda. So that's why I had brethrens come up here on Babies on Bro No More Brothers. Bro been talking about this phage lambda for a second here, and since he was the first individual I heard personally talk about phage lambda, I think it was only right to bring him up here because he has, you know what I'm saying, he can kind of watch him going show y'all something real quick. You feel me? What's good with you, big bro?
Setup.
You said what, twin?
I said not too many. I'm still trying to get this setup going. I'm gonna let you build for a little second.
All right, bet it up, bet it up. Come in whenever you want to interject. So look, y'all, I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna put you on a smaller screen for right now. Let me put this in real quick. It's been a while since I had a guest up. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. It's unk time. Unk time. Unk time. All right, so when we looking, you see this right here? These like some things in some ancient buildings, these nilometers. They all in these ancient temples. Gee, they get to saying these nilometers. Lucia paged through the text of Lacan's architectural drawing. She retrieved a sketch from her notebook, a drawing of phage lambda attached to a wholesale, and placed it next to Lacan's drawing of the nilometer in edifice. We could see the remarkable similarities between the so-called nilometer attached to the edifice compared to lambda attached to a cell. And what is phage lambda? It is a virus that attaches to a cell. It is within us, and it transcribes genetics. And just like these pyramids are aligned with the stars, what you think they doing? That means the energy of the star, whatever you're aligned with, the energy of the star is communicating. There's some aspect of let's not say infection on bro now, but influence like a muff. That's why these stars they aligned with certain stars on certain nights and da 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 da. Because once this alignment happens, just like if there was an alignment with your phage lambda with the cell, you will be able to input your DNA and genetics into it. So why is the pyramids looking exactly like phage lambda? The nilometer will look exactly like a whatchamacallit popping in. You feel what I'm saying? So this was all about what? Your alignment with the stars, because every man and woman is what? Every man and woman is a star, a divine connection within it. Commitment is merely the shadow of real love. My bad. I'm just saying things. It's all about what? Your alignment. You're aligned. And that's why your alignment was so important. But your alignment, if you want to see your alignment within this realm, because your ass ain't building no temples no time soon, you want to see your alignment with the stars, and let me help you out. I already showed you in 360 pack number 7. You would have to recognize your alignment in the aspects of what? In the aspects of what? Synchronicity. That's your alignment. What do you align with? What? Come on now. What's your alignment within this web? What's your alignment within the cosmos? What's your alignment within the stars? Your synchronicity, since every man and woman is a star, your synchronicities is about the alignment of the cosmos as well, the alignment of the stars. So you need to start finding your alignment. So when you start seeing that within your life, you starting to see the alignment within your synchronicities, within your energy. What's good, twins? What's good, everybody? I see y'all out here on Babies on Brother What Brothers. Hey, say, twin. It's about your synchronicity. It's about your alignment. And when you find your synchronicities and when you find your alignment, then you know that you are what? What does it say about synchronicities? The universe reveals itself through synchronicity. It orchestrates the events and people and environment and line them up so that you are exactly where you need to be. Synchronicity takes place like a vibrational beacon that transmits a divine message or code sign back to you, indicating that you are in alignment or you are on the right path. That's your alignment. So when I sit here and say Carl Jung connected something to the sun, okay, he had somebody, for example, a schizophrenic patient saw a penis hanging from the sun, and then we turn this off, and I go into Victor Schauberger's book, Living Energies, and then we go into Victor Schauberger's book, Living Energies, and it says the sun is synonymous with human sperm. And then we go over to Kenneth Grant Coates of the Shadows, and it says the solar code is connected to the son of the father of male supremacy. Then we're seeing real love, which is what? Maintaining true connectedness. You just seen a connection from a schizophrenic crazy to the solar coats of Egypt to a scientist from fucking Austria. You're seeing a divine connection. And then we got the nerve to sit there and throw in we ain't even, hey, say twin, we ain't even start talking about what? The phage lambdas. The pyramid aspect, because the sun is aligned with the pyramids. In the perspective that on a quantum realm, just the way that genetics are transferred through this phage lambda, these damn pyramids is looking exactly the way that your phage lambda will look like as it attaches to a cell and transcribes genetics. As above, so below started getting real gangster in this bitch. Let me explain this to y'all again. This phage lambda outnumbers the human cells in this pyramid shaped in rainbow color. Oh, bro, no. Come on, man. You have more of these inside of you than your human cells. Come on, big bro. Let me put you up on the screen, big bro. You feel what I'm saying? So what we saying is there's a divine aspect within us. These bacteriophages, they already exist within us, pyramid shaped. We got pyramids inside of us, transcribing genetics as we speak. And this has something to do with what? Our mutation. Something to do with what? Our transmutation, rather. The aspect of our expansion of our consciousness. This is your key. To me, this is would be your key to your evolution. Not to mention that they mummified people inside they mummified people inside of the pyramids, and this has something to do with your DNA transcriptions, where all your codes of your ancestors is hidden. So ultimately, this is your mummification right here. It's holding the codes. But like we said, we only using 2% of this, blah blah blah, this, blah 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 that, and I'm not the biggest biologist. You know what I'm saying? So we use all of these terms loosely. Bro, anything you want to add to this, bro?
Yeah. Um, we speaking on the transcribe, transcriptions, and all of that. Um, when I was like studying a lot of this stuff, or just spirituality theory, whatever, a lot of individuals was talking a whole lot about Hermes or Thoth, Jehudi, things like that, or whatever. It goes back to that. I don't know how and why he's connected, but he is a scribe of the gods. So when they're talking about this transcription of your DNA or whatever, your RNA, your mRNA or whatever, they're talking about Jehudi that's not their DNA. This is the transcribe of the god. This is the messenger of the god, the messenger DNA, RNA, all that type of stuff or whatever. How is this connected to phage lambda? Phage lambda, 360 already told you or whatever. It's a bacterial phage. So a lot of religions always been talking about like the motherships or the mothership, the ancestors, the enlightenment, whatever comes back forth or whatever. You start talking about this could be the equivalent of that. But a lot of the ancient, a lot of the what do you call that? The great teachers, whatever you want to call them, whatever, they always told you this stuff is inside of us. It's within us. They always talk about the hidden light. This is the equivalent of the hidden light. We talk about the bacteria. You can't actually see it with your physical eye. You know what I'm talking about? But you can sense what's going on. It does affect you. It has an effect on nature. It has an effect on your life and all that stuff. But going further, this light, this bacteria light, is supposed to come from the Orion constellation, the right circle of Orion. View guys, or DMT, whatever you want to call it, whatever. And it affects your what do you call that? Your microbiome. You know what I'm saying? Your microbiome inside your stomach, the bacteria inside your stomach, will be the equivalent of a eukaryotic cell, a multicellular organism. You know what I'm saying? This this phage lambda is a prokaryotic cell, meaning it's a single cellular organism. Earlier, 360 was talking about the sun and equating the sperm cell and all that to the sun, whatever. It's the equivalent of that. A single cellular organism comes directly from the sun. You see what I'm saying? But you know how we come out of what is called, we come out of the darkness. We got to go back to the darkness. You know what I'm saying? You know where you go back to or whatever. This is what we're talking about. Um, when we come from these primordial worlds, this is the science triangle. What do you call that? The triangle of base that we're trying to explore. We were born forever into one. Born forever into being born, but being born is also the equivalent of the universe as well as your mind. And G.K. King, Isaac here, it talks about the isohedron and double decahedron. It says in 2003, NASA released 100 ways from background data revealing the shape of the universe in the dodecahedron based on the Fibonacci scale. The Fibonacci is also linked to the isohedron. The isohedron and what do you call that? Phage lambda are similar. If I can show you this picture,
Right
if I can
there.
get there. You got it?
Yep. I mean, that's the isohedron head. That
That's the
look like a
isohedron
pyramid.
head. And if you look up phage lambda, if you look up the bacteria phage, that's exactly what it is.
And they
Now,
said the shape of the galaxy is like that.
yeah, that's the universe. That's the shape of the universe.
So what's the phage lambda that's within us is the same shape of the universe that's outside of us.
Yes,
So we're
yes.
gonna show you as above, so below, as within, so without.
I have this picture. The picture that I just had is I guess I need to put this up. But the picture that I just had that was a picture of the Orion constellation, and every single star, like I just told you before, on the right shoulder of Orion, that's Beetle Guy, but that would be called Alpha Orionis, and the head of Orion of the Orion constellation, the star is called Mesa. Earlier we was talking about this. The scientific name would be Lambda Orionis. So this is the head of Orion. And if you understand your subconscious mind and your conscious mind as above, so below. Because people talk about as above, so below, meaning like, well, it has to be something up there and there's something going on down here. No, whatever's going on up there is down here.
Mm.
Toxicity going on up there. Then if it's toxicity going on down here, then it had to come from somewhere. Is what I'm getting at. That's why, in order to change whatever's going on, trillion miles down, you're gonna start wanting to be rooted and grounded within the earth before you can penetrate up. You get what I'm talking about?
Right.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, no, I'm listening, bro. I'm listening to you. No, I just like what you said about this. All it all represents. It connects to what the subconscious, the consciousness, and all of this is a representation of what energy. And what I'm starting to see, guys, is if you look at the mystical aspect of this, the mystical aspect of the science, if you look at this from a perspective of the science perspective, the mystic perspective, the subconscious perspective, the metaphysical perspective, the story perspective, it's all what? It's all energy. And all that energy is what? Connected. So bro's gonna say, hey, this is representation of Orion, but this is also connected to phage lambda, which is a quantum scale inside your stomach. But it's also connected to your subconscious in these stories because this is all what? It's all energy. It's all one. And if you keep following the motherfucking yellow brick road, it all starts leading to this cosmic like collection of all the energy collectively. Our realm is a separation realm to see with your third eyes to connect the motherfucking dots. And that's why what bro just do, he just pulled up Orion. I love to bring up the big star, big dip, the 7-star Ursa Major, because a constellation, you don't see the connection until what? You connect the dots. You have to make the alignment. So what you seeing in here, so you can not get lost in the sauce, you actually just seeing your alignment, your connection of the stars, your connection of the dots. It's all just aligned. We just aligning everything. That's why this sounds like this, but this mean this, but that mean it's a method to this madness. You feel what I'm saying, twins? It's a method to this madness. And like bro said, bro been talking to me for years about phage lambda. All right, what's up, YouTube? How many people we got up here, YouTube? We got two people. What's good with y'all, twins? Some babies, some brother. We've been talking about phage lambda for the longest. And YouTube, let me show y'all too, so y'all can see this. If y'all kind of already been seeing it though. Um, we talking about this right here, y'all. The phage lambdas. Okay? And that the whole aspect of this phage lambda is to transfer these genetics. Meaning during an infection of phage is a non-contractile tailed phage, meaning during an infection event, it cannot force its DNA through a bacterial cell membrane. It must instead use an existing pathway to invade the host cell, having evolved the tip of its tail to interact with a specific pore to allow entry into the DNA. And ain't that funny? It says in an existing pathway. Paths. This shit already set up. What's the pyramid set up? There's pathways to those pyramids. Those pathways. Look, there you go, right there. Talk to me, big bro.
So y'all see how he just said pathways, right? Let me let y'all something real quick. 2019, we just gonna talk about this since we're talking about bacteria, so you already know what we said. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. Everybody was scared to talk about this type of thing. This is what phase lambda actually is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just saying, oh, how you know this is?
The last thing I said about phage lambda is infection lambda phage is a non-contractile tailed phage, meaning during an infection event, it cannot force its DNA through a bacterial cell membrane. It must instead use an existing pathway to invade the host cell.
So listen, right? It's two actual ways that phage lambda can penetrate the cell. It's the dig cycle. Y'all always know dig cycle. The dig cycle, which may have multiple ways in order so it can infiltrate the cell. Right?
Okay, bro. Wait. Help me out, because this is when she started talking about that David and Goliath in that lecture, right?
Now, when?
Oh, Judy K. King was telling us about this shit that you teaching us right now. But my bad. Just keep on going, bro. My bad.
Okay, so you got this is exactly what the lysogenic cycle. I just told you, now I'm gonna make y'all hear me. You know that's what was making everybody scared. But that's because the existing pathways, right? The existing pathways are basically your spirituality. That does not mean how many times I meditate, if I meditate an hour, if I read this or read that or whatever we're gonna talk about. No, we are now in the last days, and the last days order. When we talk about the last days order, does not mean just sometimes. I want you to hear now. So more than likely, you got going back to the lysogenic phase. Okay, the lysogenic phase is when the iron residual pathways or whatever is embedded itself inside of the cell, and it actually becomes the cell. Because what you're going to do is you're going to use this lysogenic phase to get away from this place. By way of reality.
Hey.
How they gonna do that? Is isolation. They tell you to will yourself by way of thought, using your mind, will yourself to the what do you call that? To the what do they call it? I just said the aurora borealis or whatever. Now, the isosthesis is not saying this. The isosthesis is decoding this from 6,000 year old text. Ancient Egyptians. This is the pharaonic thought. This is how the pharaohs thought. This is what the pharaohs were doing. When you look at the temples and they were going inside the temples and they were writing what do you call it, all the inscriptions and incantations on the walls or whatever, those were instructions. The same thing that we're reading in Isis, the same thing they did right now in the Papyrus of Nani, the funerary text of Coffin, all those things were detailed instructions telling the deceased king where to go to make it to the Duat. And the Duat is supposed to mean star house, meaning the house for your soul. So this was the great escape for everybody. But now we're breaking it down in terms of like phage and all that. We actually got the science. So lysogenic phase is when it
Beautiful.
actually becomes you. It needs what you need to eat, all those things or whatever. So
Beautiful.
upon transition, you can transmit your consciousness into the cell the same way as your consciousness inhabits this body.
Beautiful.
It'll take on new form.
Wow. And then, hey, look, and back at 360 pack, you can see this on the thing right now. Y'all see it in y'all face too. 360 pack number 7. We was talking about the spider webs in the universe, but we never. At the end of spider webs in the universe, for some reason, I just took a sharp left and I said, "How do you get off the net? How do you get off this web?" And I brought up what Jude. For some reason, we did this back in August. Judy K. King's book, The Isis Thesis. Volume 1 posits that the primary objective of the hidden scientific knowledge was to map the chemical path by which the genetic heritage of the deceased was preserved and vectored into a bioluminescent species that was not recycled back to the earth and the world of photosynthesis. Like this was some straight, this was like a pharaonic lesson, like bro said, a lesson of the pharaohs. This was, and then this is the beautiful part. This was the solar coat's contribution to the science, which was the latest coat. This was their latest science. This was what took over. They say to end, honestly, this is what took over the world. Because this after this is when all the pyramids was built. This is when you started building all this different. You started building the Ra, the solar coast, the boats of Ra, the da 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 Amun Ra. This is when you started getting all these developments.
Hey, 360.
Talk to me.
Let me say this though, because it's crazy. I don't know if y'all know if y'all was ever around the 360 solar coat lectures, like them bitches was fire. Because and early he even put y'all on game on how phase lambda actually like okay, so it's with this new definition is 12 phases, so 30 vertices, and I want to say like 20 edges or 30 edges and 20 vertices or whatever.
Uh
Those
huh.
vertices are the highest points. Those would be the pyramids. So when they started erecting all these pyramids or whatever, and we look at them like, oh, pyramids, put all this stuff and all this extra shit. It was actually symbolism. You know what I'm saying? When they would go inside of those temples, because we look at them as if they're temples like funerary temples, but they weren't. They were ritual temples, ritualistic temples. They had the cockatrices in there, and they were laying there, under suspended animation. Watch this. It's crazy that we talk about suspended what we would call the astral plane, which
Mm.
essentially is the universe.
And
The
the
universe,
etymology of astro is star.
yeah,
So everything is connected and it's beautiful because you know what else, bro? If you look at it, anybody who really put their eyes on the pyramids, and I was just reading some story about some dude wrote one of the most changing poets. He got in contact seeing the pyramids. The pyramids are infectious in nature. The ideology of the pyramids. Anybody who come into contact with that pyramid shit, they be like, yo, it's something about this because at the end of the day, it represents bacteriophage. It represents the connection of something. The aspect of transfer of genetics is transferring its energy to you just for you perceiving it. That's why when you seen the pyramid, you was looking at an aspect of what's within self that outnumbered your human cells. That's what's inside of you. A pyramid shape. Let me bring up the bacteriophage, Big Twin. Now, right next to that. Hold on. Let me bring up that bacteriophage. Go ahead. Say what you was gonna say though, big bro.
so we all looking at this right here.
Uh huh.
And I just told you it said, okay, it said 12 faces, 30 edges, 20 vertices. Those vertices will symbolize that they're the points, they're the highest points. So the edges, they connecting the points to where as soon as we reach the vertices, these are the pyramids or whatever. And you know, every pyramid is what do you call that? Every pyramid is all of these pyramids are connected to the Orion constellation, or the three belts in them, or the three stars in the Orion constellation. So it's almost like them mapping out the universe. We have pyramids all over the world. But go ahead, I need you to
No,
finish
no,
what
no,
you're
no.
saying.
Say that one more. Hold on, hold on. What'd you just say about the stars of the universe?
I said all of the pyramids are connected, right?
Uh
If
huh.
you look at them, all of them are connected by way of the Orion belt, right?
Uh huh.
So we have pyramids erected everywhere, but the what do you call that? The dodecahedron or the phage lambda symbolize that the universe. You know what I'm saying? So all of these pyramids erected everywhere, whatever, is basically mapping out the universe and connecting the universe here right now in the physical.
Mm.
Just 1 second.
And then if y'all think about it, y'all, like I said, the solar coat is connected to what? The sun, and the sun is what? A star. And ain't it funny when you see this star up, you can't see the other stars, but once the sun hits the horizon, you start to see the other stars of the cosmos. This is like some the whole universe is a play on energy, and we are stuck in some type of cycle of the energy, and we are just perpetrating it now. We giving the inner it's all set up on a cycle and a cipher, and I promise you, in my 360 pack, spider webs in the universe. If you start really going through your life, you're gonna start realizing the ciphers and the cycles within your life. And that's why all this science is starting to match and everything's starting to what? It's all becoming a 360. You just in a big cipher. The Ouroboros, the OB, on babies, on bro, them on brothers. Everything is just in a big cipher cycle, repeating itself over and over again under the illusion of change. And that's why we can connect the stars with the sun, with the funerary text, with the phage lambdas, with the ancient mummification. You just connected everything at this point. And then it all goes back to what I showed y'all in the excerpt of Dr. Functionary Book's Real Love. Connection is real love. On Bronham, it's all about your connection. We just connected on a deeper level. You just starting to see your divine connection within anything, and that's your what? Your alignment. That's your divine alignment. Where that's at, twin? Because bro talking about the Orion's belt, and the Orion's belt has constellation that denotes what? Connection. And a web is what? Connected. Where we this from spider this from what is synchronicities? The universe reveals itself through synchronicities, alignment. What's that? The cosmic web. Well, you just aligned on a cosmic level, twin. That's why everything is aligned with the science. But the more you try to separate it and file it all falls down. What song is that? On Broden, one of them songs. Yeah, yeah, it all falls down. Everything's just fucking one. It's universal. When we try to, no, this is this, no, that is that, no, this, no, that, this, my way, the right way, your way, together. You really be like, everything's just a reflection bouncing off of each other in different aspects and multiple different angles. Your consciousness is just a reflection. Bro, Neil. Boy, I almost got so deep into this science real quick. I almost got to talking about these damn scallops. So, bro, Neil, let me chill. I almost got to talking about these scallops. Let me chill. But what y'all gonna start to realize is that this it is so divine in nature that even what you yearn for, the things you yearn for, the energy you want, the things you, it's all divine. It's speaking on a deeper aspect of the energy within yourself. You projecting something from within self. These pyramids is projecting energy and connecting to the stars, but the stars is drawing the energy down. Matter of fact, if we read, um, matter of fact, really quick, why would it say this right here, twin? And this is crazy. Now that I thought about it, this just sparked this. Read this part right here. Kenneth Grant, Coats of the Shadows. It literally says right here, bro, now scroll my back up, and y'all can see this on YouTube, twin. Long before, in later dynastic times, Egypt was divided into 36 nomes and 10 divisions each. 36 times nome, 10, 360. This represents a transfer to Earth of the celestial symbolism of the heavens of the circle. What is a bacteriophage? Bacteriophage has horizontal gene transfer. It transfers genetics. The pyramids look like bacteriophage. In the earlier times, they built gnomes to represent the transfer to Earth of the celestial symbolism. They're transferring energy. There's a connection, bro. We are under the influence of the stars, good. But you knew that because your ass walking around talking about something. I'm a Leo. Roar. Oh, bro, dude. You feel what I'm saying? We're under the influence of the stars. My bad, bro. As soon as I realized it, my bad, bro. Leo. Oops. I'm a Libra. Look at me balanced. Oh, bro, Neil. I'm a Libra. Bro, a Leo. My bad, bro. I forgot. Bro, look right in the camera. My bad, bro. Dead ass a Leo. I said I'm a Leo. Rawr. But no, for real though, that's that energy. That's the influence of the stars. So who gonna go against this shit? You can't even go against this because your whole life you've been looking at what? Astronomical evaluations. And then bro just said the pyramids is connected to what? Astro travel. And the etymology of astro is what? Stars. Everything is connected. My bro now. Let bro take over. Hold on, big bro.
All right, so look, right, 360 be talking a whole lot about the webs and 360. You know what I'm saying? The spider web, the 360, the whole circle being caught on the web, all that. Look at the picture. Those edges are the webs that connect everything. You feel what I'm saying? Those edges, those points or whatever, those are the points in which that you would project yourself out. And I'm starting to think that because they have what do you call it? We have pyramids everywhere. We got pyramids in America. We got pyramids in China. We got pyramids, and then we know we got pyramids in Africa. We got pyramids everywhere. Mountains, all that stuff is symbolizing the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? And like 360 talking about, it's talking about different forms of DNA. Um, while we have a lot of different spiritual systems or whatever, a lot of different types of people and different types of cultures or whatever, or what it looks like to be different types of cultures, um, have a bunch of different, systems or whatever. All these things are the same thing, but they're just expressed differently. You feel what I'm saying? Or we would say chaos. You know what I'm talking about? So us having a chaos mind and being on the chaos curve, we're being able to bring everything together. You get what I'm saying? Um, they talk about the 12 faces or whatever. We already know the 12 symbolizes the zodiac or whatever. He just brought it up. You get what I'm saying? The zodiac is equivalent to the 12 disciples, and the word disciple, the term disciple means to be disciplined. And if we look at the zodiac as what they are, it's animalistic or animal characteristics. You feel what I'm saying? That would be like archons over your life, controllers over your life, rulers over your life. Well, I'm a Leo. I can't do this. I shouldn't do this. And I got to be prideful or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That's only going to work so far. You feel what I'm talking about? Eventually, I'm going to have to be vulnerable. I'm going to have to tap into myself. I'm going to have to accept myself for who I am and embrace myself for who I am if I want to reach the highest point, which would be the vertices. You get what I'm talking about? And that's what's going on here.
Hey, bro. And I like, what did you say? The vertice is the highest point?
Yeah.
And don't y'all look at that word, y'all, vertices. You know what that can be connected to? When I see vertices, then I see an aspect of, if we go to 360 pack, the wheels of fire right here. What's this say right here? Vortexes, vortices, vertices. The hyperspace energy being receives energy from our dimension through 7 vortices that run the length of the body. Each vortex connects to a separate hyperspace dimension having its own particular frequency. So bro got the vertices up representing the highest point, and your chakras represents the vortices within self that are gateways to different. Y'all see how all this play is all just energy. It's all starting to connect on bro now. So the same thing with the chakras. And guess what? The whole development of the even the chakra energy comes from what? Those older coats, those pyramid coats, those draconian coats. As already stated, the initiated magical current manifested in Egypt as the draconian coat, the cult of the dragon or fire snake. This coat represents the first systemized form of primitive African mysteries, which the Egyptians elaborated into a highly specialized system of occultism that flowered finally in the tantras of India. So the tantras of India will represent those chakra energies, and that still came from older side. So everything is still connected. It's all aligned within one. So bro sitting here telling you to reach the highest point, which is the vertices, and you have vortices within you. And if you look at the corners of your room, those are called those are also called a vertex, where the lines are connected at the alignment at, like bro said, the top of the room. That's the alignment, the vertexes, the vertex, the vortices, the vertex, da 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 da. All of this has some significant aspects of what is it representing, like a gateway. Because this says a gateway to different dimensions. This is that door opening. But you got to hit the top, just like an elevator to get to the different room. The vortices, the vertices, this is some deeper in plays of our consciousness. But in order for you to reach this level, what you got to do? You got to tap into your childhood again. You got to be dare to dream again. You got to dare to imagine again. Because if you get too, you see this, if you get too stable with your thought process and rational, you'll lock yourself out this knowledge. So there was, I guess this is where they told you to have your heart as light as a feather. You got to be a child still. You got to, because this is something you can't really go up to grown folks and just start rambling about. You is going to look crazy. This shit sound childish, Sean bro them. But yet, this is the deeper aspects of life after death and not just living within the means of your animalistic nature. And when I speak on the beast, I only speak on it from the perspective of the animal as far as you just going for your survival perspectives. This is going past a perspective of survival. Bro, now this is thriving. Baby. You hear me?
Hey, Chris, let me speak on that real quick.
Go ahead, big bro.
I just want to say a little mic. So look, right? Because you can hide a beast and you can tap into the beast, and that would do something for you on a primal stance and a subconscious, right? But when you just want to be the beast, the form for just to be a savage or whatever, that would never get you nowhere. Yeah, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Yeah, everybody is, we can do their own path. There is no actually good or wrong, you know what I'm saying, or right or wrong or whatever. But watch this. You, you, when you when you go down that path or whatever, think about how much energy you have to exert in order to conduct that process or whatever you want to do. You get what I'm saying? It don't take that much energy to tap into yourself. Yeah, you're gonna go through trials and tribulations or whatever, but what you're actually doing is just learning more and more about you. And what we don't actually want to do is face our actual selves. You feel what I'm saying? We would distract ourselves with a plethora of things or whatever, but we would not tap into ourselves. And right now we're talking about going to the highest vertices, the vortexes and all that stuff, as well as those pyramids and phage lemon. It all goes back to the DNA. And I'm just saying, it's a bunch of different pyramids everywhere. And we always talk about how we're star seeds, stardust. You feel what I'm saying? We come from the stars. If we came from the stars, the stardust had to be seated on the planet somewhere, somehow. You feel what I'm saying? So it's up to you to tap into that and what do you call that? Put together who you actually are. When we talk about the DNA or the 98% junk DNA, that's the bacteria cells inside of our body that's functioning, that makes our body function, that actually makes the world function. The world is DNA as well. When we talk about dark matter and dark matter energy or whatever, it's 98% of that, and 4% of what you experience in the world is matter. So the other 90 or the other 96% of that is supposed to be dark matter energy. So it's still that level right there. what we're dealing with right now is a small portion of the world. So how could this actually be real? When they tell us what we're dealing with is irrational and it's fake and it's all this, that, and the third or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, that's just because that's what they believe in. And remember, the subconscious mind, it creates the reality around you. So if you convince the subconscious mind that, hey man, I'm a beetle, and you get to acting like a beetle. I'm a savage, you get to acting like a savage. You know what I'm saying? Somatics, when you start to listen to certain types of music or whatever for a long period of time, you start to act like that person, think like that person, think you are that person. You get what I'm saying? It shows it now with these kids with the drill music. People, they really think they savages for real. And they go crazy.
Yep. Yep. Because music is influential. And they know that.
I just want to say this last thing because you brought this up. They're not doing it for like based off of survival. I understand like back in the day, like before my time, probably in your time, before your time, when people did have to do certain things, it was based off of survival. Now people just doing it just because I want to do it. Like I gotta go out here and do this drill or whatever, just because it's cool or whatever, for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then just crash off.
Yep. And it's all representations and transformation of consciousness, I guess, through these crash outs. You know what I'm saying? What does the phoenix do? It crashes and it burns. So these crash outs that's where the transformation of consciousness come from. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? They make their mistakes and do all this crazy shit, and there's some aspect of death and rebirth within self. It's gonna lead to a lot of dark nights of the soul and all types of shit. Oh, bro, now. It's real significant. It represents some like aspect of once again what we talk about. What's up, Valentino? I see you, twin. It represents the aspect of the ciphers, them cycles, man. We all going through these ciphers and these cycles. We all been crashed and burned and came back multiple times. Ain't that a bitch? And that's the whole aspect of these stars. These stars, they set and they come back. They comes in night and then day and then night and then day. So if we look at the cycles of everything around us, it truly represents the cycles within us. And me and bro basically came up here. We started talking about phage lambda, and I was just showing you all of that because even this phage lambda is representing this system right here of the pyramids, which is representing this gene transfer of the cosmic energies, and everything is just connected and crisscrossed and patterned up. And if you just pay attention enough, you'll be able to see the divine cosmic connection. But once you really get into this, like bro said, you gotta what? Understand. On bro now. And realize that all these connections you seeing are the connections within self. For example, bro just brought up the sound somatics. What are the connections that I have the somatics right here? What are you seeing right there? If I play the vibration on a tonal scope, which is the sound somatics that he's talking about, it will create this pattern. Well, that same pattern is the mandala of the Sri Yantra that they created 1,000 years ago that said that's what the vibration looks like. So that's a representation of the science connecting to the spirit. Science proving the Rishi's right. Let's go. And what's the 7.23 centimeters? How do we bring you into this? What does this have to do with you? On bro now. Shit, everything. On bro now. Let me squint. No, hold on. Oh, I can look at it on my side. Oops. On bro, I was about to squint at this shit, but no, we're not doing none of that, twin. If you look at it right there, it says at the very beginning that the 7.23 centimeter wavelength is every single vibration that represents that wavelength is 7.23. That same centimeters, that same distance is in between your eyes, from pupil to pupil, in between your palm and in between your chin and nose. So that vibration, that is the base vibration of every star and atom. The wavelength of that vibration of every star and atom on an average is the same average distance in between your eyes, the same average distance in between your palms, the same average distance in between your chin and your nose. The universe is already embedded within you. It's all just a magical mirror in a reflection. You part of the mirror. You part of the reflection. That's why all this energy is reflection. That's why we can connect any book at any document at any time. The universe, and by that I mean all the stars and atoms going infinitely in and infinitely out forever, has a base wavelength at about 7.23 centimeters. You can pick any spot in the room and go infinitely in and infinitely in and out forever within this particular universe. In a spiritual sense, the 7.23 centimeter wavelength is the Hindu sound of the universe. This wavelength is also the exact average distance between our eyes from the center of one pupil to the others. That is, if you take 100 people and then you average them. It's also the exact average distance from the tip of our chin chins to the tip of our nose, the distance from our palms, and the distance between our chakras, to give a few more examples. So the 7.23 between the nose and the chin, the 7.23 in between the eyes, the 7.23 in between the palms, and it's the vibration of the tonal scope of what bro just mentioned, the sound somatics, which influences us. It's the core base of vibration of matter around you. But wait, there's more. On bro now, like we selling this shit. But wait, there's more. On bro now, because that 7.23 centimeter vibration, the potency referred to as the kundalini or the fire snake, described in the tantras and other sacred texts, is sleeping at the base of the spine of man. There she reclines, coiled 3 1/2 times in the spiral form, as glyph by the pranava, the root mantra or base vibration that lies at the core of matter. Your kundalini is also sitting at that same basic vibration, ever sleeping, chilling at the 7.23. And that's why when the serpent, it consumes everything, you waking up your kundalini, you consuming the knowledge, you becoming one in it, because every core star atom is vibrating at that base wavelength of 7.23, which is at the base of your motherfucking spine, your kundalini energy, which is also the vibration. And I mean, you just have too many connections. You got 7 chakras, you get 23 chromosomes from mommy and daddy to create you. 23 is the number of synchronicity. 7, every fucking thing, 7 continents. There's 7,000 likes right now. You know, shit like that. On Rodnell type shit. There's literally 7,000 likes, synchronicities, alignment on bro now. Bro, you want to add anything to this, big bro?
Oh, no, you just cook.
All right, so the whole representation of this is, and that's why I love bro just said it, you just cooked. Because everything's connected, baby. They're like, no, you're not going to do nothing with that. You just cooked. Yes, the fuck I am. Yes, I am. On bro, no, because I've been hearing that for a while now. Let them cook, twin. Well, that's the cooking. What do you cook with? The pot. That's the big dip. That's the 7 stars. If you go to Kenneth Grant, what does it say right here? In later dynastic times, Egypt was divided into 36 nomes and 10 divisions each, 360. This represented a transfer to Earth for the celestial symbolism of the heavens of the circle, bacteriophage. The goddess of infinite space. Nuwit was a primordial deity and was typified celestially by the constellation of stars known as Ursa Major. The constellation of stars known as Ursa Major. The 7 stars of this complex symbolize Night or Typhon and a brood of stars, to which at a later time was added the stars of her first male child, Setter Satis. So the 7-star system represents Ursa Major, which is Big Dipper, which we can represent a cleaver, something that chops things, or it can, to me, it represents the pot, and the pot is used to cook, and the pot contains contents, and this represents the container, a pot of what? Infinite space. So it's containing infinity. Your first systems was based on what? The 7-star system of Ursa Major. The solar code base there is on the Orion belt, so it looks like to me that you can pick the star system to generate the energy of what it represents or what it reflects. You can create, I say twin, you can connect to your cosmic energy. You can figure out your own astronomical connection to the stars. Because it looks like when you, whatever, depending on when the star, what starship you under, is the influence of the stars, the influence of that energy. Just like your ass be saying, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a this, I'm a that, and I'm a blah, blah, blah. I'm this, so this happens, I'm a this rising. And so you've been using these stars for everything else. So it looks like there's a cosmic influence of the stars within us. It represents the same way that bacteriophage infects a virus and creates more bacteria. There's a cosmic influence, which I could connect to 360 pack number 6, Anunnaki Gods, where we talk about the solar star of Vela, the solar flare of 6,000 years ago, where this supernova event supposedly happened, and niggas started writing and doing medicine and all this different shit. It's like when the sun start doing, you start doing things. But we know that because when solar flares pop off, all of a sudden you getting into it with all types of crazy. When the solar flares within self pop off and the chakras pop off, there's energy that is released and there's variations of the energies around you. So we are affecting the universe as much as it's affecting us, but it seems to be a projection or a reflection of what's within. Oh yeah, anybody who want to pledge 360 The Alchemist on Cash App, leave your email. Look, let me throw this shit in here real quick. Let me go ahead and throw a Cash App in here. 360 The Alchemist on Cash App. Leave your email in the Cash App notes if you like this knowledge. You got access to these documents. 360 The Alchemist on Cash App. Leave your email in the Cash App notes, and you can get access to 360 Packs, which is the books, the research, all the stuff we teach you from, the documents, research papers, everything, bro. I don't even know what to say. I'm not even trying to sell this shit to y'all. If y'all want to support this, you know what the fuck to do. Oh, bro, now. Oh, and I'm trying to spell this shit out. I'm tired of trying to spell this shit out to y'all. It go towards me and bro. Support our families. Help us the fuck out as we help y'all out on y'all journeys of y'all weird spiritual shit. Because this is the only place where, you know how kids get to be a kid at Chuck E. Cheese? This is where a weird nigga get to be weird. I said, you know how they say, hey, YouTube, you know how a child get to be a child at Chuck E. Cheese? This is where weird niggas get to be weird. Oh, bro, no. There's nothing you can tell us in here. Like, hey, bro, I'm kind of embarrassed about this, but yesterday I see the gray out. Bro, we already been did this, bro. We've been talking to these niggas, sat down, had conversations with them. Just anything, we throw it at us. Give it to us. Give it to us. Show me, bro. Oh, bro, no. Bro, this is where weird niggas get to be weird. You don't even have to be embarrassed. We get it. Oh, bro, no. Because the whole aspect is you need self-acceptance. You need acceptance of self, acceptance of your spiritual journey. Appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate the gifts, all that. Show love, y'all. Appreciate you. Shout out to Divine Press. I see you, twin. On bro, now show you know what I'm saying? It's all love. But anyways, while we at it, let's do some as somebody we gonna get a lot of support. You know, we ain't getting no support when I say this. When I say this shit next, it's about to go down. Like, all right, y'all, drop a couple first names in the chat. Let's do a couple quick free name reads real quick. Oh, bro, now. Let's drop 3 or 4 names in the chat. The first person that players get access to a full name read. That's gematria, etymology, and numerology. But I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and drop a couple names in the chat. We're gonna do a couple quick name reads on the etymological level. This is gonna be real basic, real quick, twin. You feel me? I'm not gonna do everybody's. I'm just gonna do a couple names that y'all drop in the chat for y'all to show y'all how name reads work. So if you're interested in a name read, drop your name in the chat. If you're interested in a name read, drop your first name in the chat. All right, this is called a draconian name read on bro now. Let me say this one more time for y'all, because damn, this ever came up. This is what's called a draconian name read on bro now. You feel me? All right. All right, Gerard, your name. You got that spirit energy on you. You know what I'm saying? Bravery, strength, spear, hitting this mark, hitting this point. Every time I think of the spear on a spiritual level, I think about the aspect of the trajectory of the spear. It's already on a trajectory. It's on a route. It's got to hit its point. It's got this aspect of symbolism to it. It's your first hunting mechanism. It represents an aspect of aggression and energy like that. So if that's within your market, once you see a goal, you gotta hit it. If once you see some whoop de woo, that's in the representation of your name. That's your spirit. That's your strength. That's your strong. That's your whoop de woo. You feel what I'm saying? On bro, now you activating your spirit energy. So make sure when you are, X marks this point. Make sure when you see whatever you want to get, you get this. You hit your point. You the spear. You represent that energy. You create that trajectory, and you're on the path already. And the trajectory goes up, it's at its strongest, it hits its part, you got to throw your next one. So, you know what I'm saying? Take it as you want to. David, that's a 6 star. David, that's triangle up, triangle down. That's the star of David. That represents that what forever is, forever shall be. That's that eternal energy. Those different perspectives. That's your lunar energy. The moon goes into what? 2 different aspects, the up and the down. It manifests all the way into a full moon and unmanifest out, representing our psychological ciphers, our cycles, all of that. So pay attention to those more intimate feminine levels within thyself. On bro now. On King David. On bro now. Ain't it funny that David was the only nigga in the Bible writing these beautiful poems to the queens and he the only nigga that was writing poetry and just in his feelings. Read the books. He got little poetries and to the sheeps and goddesses. Boy, that's tapping in. On bro now. Beloved and divine feminine. Exactly. And that's based off what the Astartes, those moon goddesses worships that predated those areas before they were switched over to the patriarchal perspectives. Uh, yeah, y'all, these are etymological name reads. You know what I'm saying? That's when we just read your name on a deeper level on bro. And like I said, support the class 360 Alchemist on Cash App. Get your name reads, all of that good stuff. We appreciate you. Big bro, is there anything you want to add on to this? And y'all make sure y'all follow my brethren, Baba Akil.
No, man, I'm over here trying to get into this library.
Which library are you looking at?
I got a library on Scribe.
You know that one library you gave me a minute ago? This book right here got me. It got me twisted, Oh, bro, this shit had me twisted, twin. Let me see you. All right, you gonna remember it? You sent me a library about 2 years ago. This was after the library of my yacht. This was that library which had the African American history, the economics. You sent me a big ass library. Bro, now. Yeah, you sent me a minute ago. And it has an occultism, and it has this book in here, Seven Faces of Darkness. And this is where I opened up. You know, those seven faces of darkness represent those seven-star system, this big dip, this Ursa Major. And this is where I was starting to draw the connection, which says these seven stars were known to the Egyptians as the imperishable stars, so called because they do not set but revolve counterclockwise during the whole of the night. The earliest funerary cults, the first and third dynasties of the Egyptians, was a stellar cult. So this is everything I could cross-reference with what book now? Kenneth Grant, Cults of the Shadows, that tells you what? Your very first cult, and Gerald Massey's Ancient Light of the World, that tells you what? Your very first cults were star cults, stellar cults, the cults of the stars. So the seven faces of darkness represent what? The seven stars of Ursa Major. The Sabian cult was the cult of the mother goddess of the seven stars, plus her child Sirius, the dog star. So you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy that all of this knowledge and science is all just starting to what? Circulate. But to circulate, things that circulate would represent, to spell circulate, you damn near got to spell circle. That's that 360. That's that cycle. That's that cipher. Oh, bro, now.
I don't even know what it means in here because I'm still trying to break this down. But you on Lyrian Star, well, no, you said imperishable stars.
Imperishables. Go ahead, big bro. My bad.
No, I was gonna say in this ISIS thesis, it talks about the district of waters from the ghost of iron. It talks about it says the imperishable stars right here. It talks about Orion, Sirius, and then it says the Lyrian stars, and it talks about. Well, it talks about what you're talking about though. But I never understood what this was saying. What book was that?
This book is the Don Webb, The Seven Faces of Darkness, The Imperishable Stars, which I'm cross referencing with the Draconian cult of Kenneth Grant. Now, these imperishable stars, when we look it up, they never set below the horizon. They go circumpolar, I believe, around either the North Star or something. They never set. All the other stars go around it, and this goes counterclockwise. This is considered the guide of all the other stars. This is our original. This is Ursa Major. This is that Mother Bear. This is that Big Dip. This is that Tarot Ta-Ert 7-star system. How this connects to Orion's belt, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we'll be reading, we'll be connected it all a little bit later, because I'm hearing Orion's belt like, man, all of this is connected. On bro them. And yes, the seven sisters, all of these different aspects. The seven hermetic principles, seven continents, seven chakras.
Well, you said that they use the stars to navigate.
It says, when I'll be looking at this towards the undying stars during the whoop-de-woo, when Babylonians' ideals, look, which rose and fell, appeared and disappeared at certain seasons, ruled actions of the world. Surely the stars they revolved around must be the most potent rulers. All the stars that set and come back up revolve around this star system. This is a circumpolar star system that does not set. It just goes in a circle. I don't know what that means on an astronomical level, on bro, no, because I'm not with a telescope. I just know that I've always looked at the star system like this is a circumpolar star system. It goes counterclockwise. It does not set below the horizon. Everything else does. This was the first, and when it goes to the oldest systems of categorized systems, of the systems of whatchamacallit, the Draconian form, it says the Sabian cult was the cult of the mother goddess of the seven stars, the very first cult, plus her child Sirius, the dog star. Sirius was represented by the god Set, whose symbol was the goddess, his own mother, whom he's supposed to have fecundated, there being at the early stage of humanity, no knowledge of the world blade and the male in the process of procreation. Time incalculable separated the four phases of the occult tradition in Egypt. Some idea of its length may be gained by contemplating the fact that Egyptian priests had maintained precise records of astronomical blah 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 phenomenon extending over a period of more than 52,000 years before the death of Socrates, the star that all stars revolve around. So this seems to be the guide of all the other stars. Some crazy shit. So when we tap into this Set energy, the Sirius star energy, this Orion energy, these are all different developments of the gnosis. The funerary test is both based on the first funerary test was based on the star codes. Our later funerary codes were based on what? Our solar codes. But both serve a supreme aspect of our transcendence of consciousness. It's all about your life after death type shit. They was into something. On bro now.
It said that the deceased used the imperishable stars and the unwearying stars to pilot and tow over the district of waters with the ropes of Orion. And I feel like these districts of Orion, they talk about the waterways. The Egyptians talk about the ancient waterways, and they decode this to be the what do they call it? The electromagnetic pause in between the electromagnetic sheet and the electromagnetic something else. But it's the electromagnetic field. And that's what block out the stars from getting in, or the solar winds from getting in, and the solar winds from getting out, to trap your soul from getting up out of here. And this is why you use the polar regions like the North Pole, South Pole, things like that, when they have the aurora borealis and the borealis period, where it's a thin line between the electromagnetic sphere, so where they can allow solar winds to get in. And to go back into horizontal gene transfer, excuse me, when they tell you Ra in his boat, in this Isis thesis, they decode Ra in his boat, in the sun bark, that's what they call the boat, as what do you call it, a bacterial phage. You, as the deceased, the solar being, the celestial being, you're supposed to utilize horizontal DNA transfer, meaning merge your DNA with the sun god Ra, so you can become that solar being, so you can have that what do you call that? Basically the juice. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't get trapped in the what do they call that? The Van Allen belt. The Van Allen belt is where religious people get these content revealed from.
Wow. Whoa. Hold on. Touch it. Hold on. Tap us in. Appreciate y'all becoming members, following, love, all that love. Tap with the Van Allen's belt.
Yeah, the Van Allen belt.
Is that like
It's
Dante's Inferno type shit?
no man. It's really just a radiation belt that goes around the Earth,
Uh huh.
right? But we not talking about human beings and nothing like that. We're talking about becoming the primary elements of what makes you a human. You know what I'm talking about? It's just really a couple elements, right? So you utilizing those aspects of what you are to maneuver throughout basically the universe. So um, it's a choice. When they talk about in the ISIS thesis, they talk about in the funerary text, all that. It's a choice to merge your DNA or merge yourself. See, in the funerary text, they're not telling you to merge your DNA. But in the ISIS thesis, they're breaking down a scientific level. So you're going to merge your DNA with basically the sun. You basically become the sun.